In this movie, we're going to take a look at some options for importing emails into DDM. It is possible to just import emails as documents and not set up special attributes. But in this case, we're going to add some special attributes for our emails. We're going to add a category. We're going to include those attributes in our free search criteria. So first of all, we're going to add our attributes. So emails are documents, so we come to the documents class and we're going to add a new attribute called email2. The label is email2. We're going to make it compulsory. And visible. So we add one more, email from. Again, we're going to make it compulsory. The reason that I'm making this compulsory is because we're going to tie this attribute to our auto numbering system. Before we do that, let's add a category. So an email is a document, and we're going to add a new category called email. We're also going to come to our free search. If we look at documents, we want to add email from and email to, so that those are included when we're searching for documents. And now I'm going to set up my auto numbering for email. The important thing about this is that I'm using enable custom attributes locked to custom numbering, and that's why I'm able to set email from and email to as compulsory attributes, because they will only be you will only be required to fill those in when you're adding an email. The other thing I've got enabled is enable number allocation to drive category selection, so that we can automatically assign our emails to the email category that we've created. You see, I've also got numbering allocated to specific groups, so I'll need to take care of that as well when I'm setting up my numbering system. So we're going to go to auto numbering. We're going to add a new numbering type, which is email. Prefix is going to be EML. We'll add a hyphen. And we're going to include 6 digits, and this is for documents. So now we can see the custom attributes that I've set up. So I want the 2 email attributes, and I also want to select my email category. And so that's nearly completed. Let's just decide who's allowed to use this numbering rule. It's available in my database for managers and users. And so that's our automatic numbering setup for emails. So we should now be in a position to import an email. So if we log into DDM, and we just need to open our drag and drop form, and then from our email client we're going to add an email into DDM. Our import summary opens, and we're going to open the properties of the email, and we're going to give it a number. In this case we select email, and here's our email number added. What I'm actually also going to do is to change its state. So an email is not something that I'm interested in lifecycle managing. So I can either set it to released. In my case, I have a status called reference, and I'm going to use that. If we now look at our custom attributes, you'll see that we've got email from and email to waiting to be populated. So if I select email from, then I should be able to add who my email is from. And email to. So I've now populated my compulsory attributes. Click on OK to import the email. And if we now have a look at our category browser, we should be able to run a search for emails. So here's the email that we've added. If we clear that, we should also be able to search by the person who has sent it. So here we can see that this is an email from this sender. Final thing that might be useful to include is if we look at our document attributes, we can switch on who the email is to and from. And so here we can see the attribute showing who the email was from and who it was sent to. So that concludes some options for setting up emails in DDM.